What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Let me make sure you can hear me and see me all right. Fucking dogs barking in the back. This is a lot harder than I thought. I'm just gonna be honest. Doing recorded videos, easy. But y'all hear that shit, right? Keep in mind it's only me with the dog now. So there's nobody to keep him quiet. He's been good and quiet all motherfucking morning. But now, he wants to act like a dickhead. He's a fucking dick. It's just that simple. That's just the truth of the situation. Guys, welcome to the show. It is December 12th, or December 19th, 2022. It is 12 noon. This is Coffee and Crime. Sit here, have some coffee with you guys. Talk about a few things, because I actually noticed something that I bet you a lot of you guys have not seen. Why would I give you the pup, Katie? Why wouldn't I keep my own dog? That's a weird statement. But anyway, he'll learn to shut the fuck up. Hopefully you guys can't hear it on the mic. I don't know if you can or not. If so, I'll lower it. But it is what it is. He'll shut the fuck up in a second. Anyways, KD, good to see you here. Brown Chicken, good to see you here. Fucking dog, man. Timing sucks. This has been a rough weekend. Tattoo, what's going on? Says, I think the killer has been stalking the girls and is already hiding in the house when they got home that night. I find that hard. I find it hard to believe. I guess he could have just been chilling in the house, but to be perfectly honest, maybe it's just me. I check my house inside and out every single day, every single night before I go to bed. Now, granted, they're college kids, so they may have been dumb in that sense, or let's just say careless. Because let's be honest, anyone that gives multiple people the code to get in your house is careless, nonetheless. Melissa S., good to see you. Michael Shannon, JB, good to see you, brother. If you guys want to support channel, you guys know how to. Jake, my man, what's going on? Rick, what's going on? Sunshine and Rain, good to see you. EMC, good to see you as well. Let me know if you guys can hear that shit. Because if so, man, I'm about to put his ass outside. I don't want to do it either because it's cold. I don't want to put him outside when I do my damn shows. That's crazy. He'll calm down. I know the answer. I'll just put him in there like an hour prior to the show every day so he gets his little separation anxiety out the way. Conservative Texan, what's going on? Cherie Ann, good to see you. Let's see. Can't hear the dog? Cool. You can hear him, but I think he's quiet now. The dog lives there. We don't. Get over it. Exactly. I can hear it, and so can my dog. Got my dog going ham. He'll shut the fuck up. He's just not used to being alone in there. All right, so Luis, what's going on? Give the dog. I've already given the dog a bone. Good and clear. Good. What's up, Karate? I said, if you put the dog in a room with a TV, it helps a lot. That's exactly what I got on in there. John, what's going on? Vicky, what's going on? Upgrade says he was in there. See, I struggle with this. I'm about to show you guys some shit that you guys haven't seen yet, though. Do you know the video where Maddie and Kaylee was talking about Adam? Do you know you can hear Jack S. talk in that video? I'm going to show you the audio here in just a second. Vicky Flanagan, what's going on? Dog is peace? Yeah, he is. He'll be fine. It's his first day without his mom and shit. So, you know. What do you do? I gotta work. I gotta get his ass some damn bones. So, you know how it goes. Let's see. Hiding in someone's home. Yeah, it's possible. I just don't know with that many people there that someone could just get in there and hide. I agree that it's someone familiar with the house, but what I don't believe is that someone could just get in there and just hide. I don't believe that at all. Let's see here. He said another dog. It's the same dog. What are you talking about? Same dog I got 2 weeks ago. Can the pup hang out with us in the same room? Here's the problem. He jumps up on me. I can't work. I can't get nothing done. He jumps up on me, and that, you see what I'm saying? It does shit. You know what I mean? Any plans on posting a new gaming channel soon? Yeah, I'm going to do it today. Posting on it? Yeah, I'm going to do it today. I'm starting everything today. I've been putting out videos all morning. I just had to take this weekend off. Had some personal issues to deal with. Very interesting. Adam is the boys Adam is boys with the other Jack and the roommates. Wonder if Kaylee was worried Adam would tell Jack. I think that's exactly what happened. My last video I just posted, I talk about potentially my theory changing. Is the latest video before or after the food truck? The Daily Mail says after. But so many of you guys are saying it can't be after. And see, here's where I think your theories are kind of wrong, right? Could a cop be sus? I don't think so. I don't think a cop did it. Anything's possible, right? But here's my theory. So many people are telling me that it was after the food truck, and I ask them why. What makes you say that? And their answer is because they're not carrying any food. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm drunk, I smash. I ain't gonna, if I'm drunk, I'm not carrying a bag full of food home. I'm smashing that shit right there. But I don't know for sure if it was before or after. I have no clue. I will say this, that only time will tell. I know Melissa S. says it's prior. I need to see some timestamps. I need to see something to kind of show me that. There was unused room in the house. Somebody could easily hide in there. I agree with that. I agree it's possible. Now, the question between possible and likely, that's really what we need to think about, is the difference between possible and likely. They walk from the corner club to the food truck. It sounds likely, right, since it's all in the same area. And I do agree with you on this, Melissa, because we believe they jumped into an Uber or ride share or something of that matter after the grub truck. It makes sense that that would be before. It makes sense that it would be before the food truck, right? So it all depends if they took the ride share and shit like that. It makes the most sense. Sorry about the dog. I will get that handled and fixed by next stream. A frame building behind them is across the street from the bar. Okay. You talking about behind them when they're walking? Yeah, that could be. It was before the food truck. I watch all your videos, including today's post. This video is after the club on the way to the food truck. They got an Uber home. Here's the thing. I understand everybody's making their theories and they're saying, I theorize it's before the truck. I guess that's what I'm asking. Now, here's the truth. It does make sense because Jack S. was still with them. It does make sense. I want to let you guys hear some audio, though. It says, EMC says, where was the dog all the while the killings were happening? It was in the unused room in its cage. It's unused room in its cage. I think the dog knew the killer. I agree. I agree it's definitely possible. Let's see here. I think a serial killer rode into a college town, took care of the dirty deed, and bounced. I can't roll with that one. I think this is so much so a crime of passion. I personally believe, see the dog's quiet now, that's good. I personally believe this is, I either believe this is Jack S. being rejected, or is Jack D. just learning what was going on. And this Adam audio, which we're going to get into here in just a second, I did see the pictures of the roommates wearing masks and taking photos. I'm not sure if it was from that night or not. Upgrade says that's my theory as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. My theory, I think, what's up, Carlotta? You know what? Let's just get to let me go ahead and pull this up. So I think they pissed someone off. There's a lot of people that believe the girls were like bullying someone. I don't know if I'm going to go with that theory, right? I don't think I'm going to go with that theory. I know a lot of people are. A lot of people are going with the bullying theory. A lot of people were going with they were mean and elite. They were acting elitist, and they believe that they caused someone to commit suicide, things like that. Listen, as possible as that aspect can be, I don't think that would lead to their murder. I don't. I truly believe this was a crime of passion, and a couple of people got killed in the crossfire. And I believe that the people didn't go down and kill the people on the bottom floor because they didn't need to. I don't believe in the suicide theory and the bullying theory. I just number one, I'm just not a big believer in bullying. You know what I mean? And maybe this is I'm not very sensitive. What's up, Christy? I'm not very sensitive. And so, like, to me, the concept of just being this bullying case and someone committing suicide and then a bunch of other kids who also probably bully people, they're all of a sudden going to get revenge on a bully. It seems too convoluted to me. Just to me. Maybe Ethan's argument was with that guy. Possibly. I am in no way, I don't believe under any circumstances it was the Chef Dizzy dude. At all. I don't think the account of Ethan and his Anna dying first, I don't know. I think it's possible that whoever came in, Ethan saw him coming in, and he, you know, if I was there to kill people, I'm going to get rid of the threat first. I'm going to get rid of the dude first. It's very possible Ethan was the first to die. This is a guy with jealousy coming to boil, one of the current or ex-boyfriends of these chicks. I agree with that completely, Jake. Jody M says Jack D could have walked home, though. 100% he could have walked home. 100%. And I'm going to show you something, though, because there was a couple of videos released over the weekend. Brian Enton did this little walkthrough of ways the killers could have escaped, things like that. I'm gonna be honest with you, and let's see who agrees with me. I don't believe a car was involved in this. I've said this from the very beginning. John Curtis he cut his wrist, Gene, in a domestic dispute. I thought about John Curtis for a while. But he got a domestic dispute and cut his wrist that night. That's the truth. That's why he was bandaged up, as John Curtis cut his own fucking wrist. But I'm going to be honest. He said maybe he used a sled to leave. No, I don't think so. I don't think there was any snow that night, was there? All I'm going to say is this, and that does make sense. Good point. If there was snow, which I don't think there was. If there was snow, it would have left a blood trail. The dude had to have been dripping blood. So that's why I'm not necessarily sure there was even snow. And that's exactly right, Jake. I don't believe there was a car because, keep in mind, think about who our suspects are. Our suspects... Think about this. Our suspects, what's going on, Screaming Palm? Our suspects are people like Jack S, who lived right there, Jack D, who lived right there. Just think about that for a second. Let's say the frat guys. I'm sure the frat guys lived around there, or was around there, or on campus or something. You see what I mean? Let's think about every possible killer, with the exception of maybe like a serial killer. I think most of us agree that whoever did the killing probably lives around there. Am I right, or do you guys not agree with that? I think that anybody that is potentially the killer lives directly around there. What's going on, Melissa? Hope you're doing good, beautiful. The whole town seems to suspect something in the water. I agree with that. Upgrade says nope. We'll check this out, because I want to show you guys an audio here. Guys, this is an audio from that night. This is the audio of the video with Kaylee and Maddie. Kaylee and Maddie walking down the street where they talked about Adam. But I want you to hear something else. I agree there's no such thing as justice. And you know what? There's a lot of people mad at me for saying that. There are a lot of people really pissed off because I don't believe in the word justice for people that's been killed. And I'm not going to go over it again, but I'm just saying that's hard. It's justice for the living, not for the people. It's revenge for the living. There's no justice for those that are dead. They're dead. They don't know. They're not going to know if these motherfuckers get captured or not, right? All right. So let me show you guys this. I want you to hear this. This is a hell of a strange audio. Let me make sure it's up all the way. try to play it the best I can for you. This is from the video of them walking that night. This is just audio, but it's enhanced audio. I want you to hear Jack S. Give it a second. Let me know if you guys can hear it. Now, if you go back to here, I want to show you this, all right? I want you to go back to here. I'm going to take you back here. And I want to see if any of you guys can see and hear what Jack S. said in this video. Or let's just call him Hoodie Guy. Oh, God damn it. Because some of us don't know. Where the fuck did it go? Oh, no, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Oh, man, I fucking lost it. Oh, no. Son of a bitch. There we go. Okay, there we go. I just want to see what you guys think with this. See if you guys can hear it. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to hear it. He's very low. What it says is, God damn it, play the fucking thing. Now, right there, you'll hear a voice. What he is saying is you're going to get yourself in big trouble. Now, it's hard. I'm going to have to enhance this audio because I just found it like 10 minutes before the show. Like 10 minutes before the show. I'm going to have to get this audio and enhance it. That's going to take some time, and I'll put it in a different video. But this is Jack S.'s voice. And at least the person that enhanced this audio the first time believed, and I heard it myself, is saying you're going to get yourself in big trouble. This is the exact same conversation, because you hear Maddie and Kaylee having the conversation. Hold on. See, right there is when he said you're going to get yourselves in big trouble. Now, I get it. The audio's not enhanced yet. You may not be able to hear it. And if that's the case, I apologize. But that was Jack S, or at least the Hoodie Guy, whichever one you want to see. I believe the Hoodie Guy is Jack S. And so listening to this, and like I said, I'm going to go get the regular audio, enhance it, and see what I can do with it. I've never seen anyone present this. I just saw it myself literally 10 minutes before the show. And so, like, to me, to be perfectly honest, that adds to it. Like, everybody is making a big deal about the atom. Yeah, but it's not specifically to what it's about. Why would it be specific? Nothing is specifically, KD. Nothing is specifically at this point. I mean, shit, the conversation about atom isn't specific, if you think about it. Like, if you go back to the story regarding atom, when you go back to the audio with atom, there's nothing specific necessarily with that. To be perfectly honest, all they're basically saying in that entire audio is that they told Adam, right? There's nothing necessarily there. People are hearing things and they're saying, well, it's got to be connected. Justice and revenge are synonymous in that situation. I disagree, man. I disagree. Justice, I'll just leave that alone. Ladies, let me ask you a question. Men, whatever. Ladies, if I came and raped you right now, okay, and they gave me 100 years, is that really justice? Does that change? Does that take the dick out of you? Just curious. That's why I talk about justice not being real. Not when we're talking about certain things. Because, let me ask you seriously, does the rape victim, oh, excuse me, let me act like the rest of the true crime people, the SA victim, do they like feel better? Do they feel like they got justice? if the rapist like gets life in prison. It's revenge to me. It's revenge. It's not the same thing. Revenge, maybe. Now, some of you guys are going to disagree. It's a good point. It does prevent it from being in someone else. So in that case, there's a little bit of prevention. And in a situation like that, any suffering you feel as the offender would be good to me. Let me tell you something as somebody that has been to prison before. Your punishments don't work. We don't care. All prison does is teach us how to be better at what we do. That's the truth. I know you think it's a punishment. I get it. That's all I'm saying. Is for you people that's never been there, I get it. To you, there you go, Black Book. I understand for a lot of you guys genuinely think that somehow it's a punishment. It's not reform. It doesn't bother us. Do you think, I'm just being honest with you, do you think that when someone that has, let's say, a victim gets in trouble, that, like, number one, it doesn't help the victim, and number two, the perpetrator never feels sorry. They're sorry they got caught. They're sorry that they got caught. And that's exactly right, Melissa. Prison. Now, I'm pro death penalty 100%. I believe in punishment, in revenge. Yeah, but you're hanging on to something if it's wrong doesn't really mean anything, right? That's just blind faith. You can't walk around with blind faith with everything. That's just my take. You know? That's just my personal belief. And that's just as someone, it would make you feel better. That's what it does, is it makes you feel better. And that's really it. That's my entire point in that video I made this weekend. So prison is a joke? No, of course it's a joke. In prison, there's Facebooks and tablets and video games. You guys didn't know that, huh? A lot of you people think that people just go into prison and get raped. You guys watch way too much Oz. You do understand in prison, we have everything, including pussy. Including the female CEOs. Drugs is in there, cigarettes is in there, food is in there, video games is in there, social media is in there, everything. There are video games. KD, your little punk ass has never been to prison. How the fuck you gonna tell me? In prison, I had a see-through clear Nintendo 64. Literally, playing motherfucking GoldenEye 007 all the damn time. Trust me, bro. You know, you don't get it. But are rapists treated bad? Child molesters are treated bad, not rapists. That's just you can go ahead and look it up all you want. I'm the one with the working record. I'm the one that's been there. Anyway, what's up, morning? Good to see you. I'll be working in prisons with the worst of inmates soon, analyzing their brains. That's good. That's good. But anyway, all I'm saying is the concept of justice, I guess it's subjective. It depends on what you consider justice. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this. Exactly. What's up, Paige? Good to see you. I was in a domestic violence at 17 and almost murdered. And I was more afraid he was coming out because he went in. No, that's a good thing to be afraid about. You get a dude locked up, you should always be scared. You should, and it does cost a lot to house the criminals. And all of your tax money goes on their little tablets and shit. Trust me when I tell you. Clear TVD, DVD combo, exactly. Exactly. I don't think Enan Harsh did anything. I think he's just awkward. He said Mike Tyson has a YouTube video where he said he liked prison. And me and him was in the exact same prison. You do understand, it's not a joke. Mike Tyson was in Plainfield and then went to Pendleton for a second. Mike Tyson redid the entire Plainfield gym facility in the prison. Like, it's hard to explain. There you go, KD. You Googled it, huh? KD Googled it and found out I was right. He says, well, I'll be damned. They some do. Exactly. Exactly. So, just in case you ever thought I was bullshitting you, there you go. She's a social butterfly says, I pray Lonnie, piece of shit, feels pain every day. No, but she won't. Most of the women that's in prison is for shit like that. There's no good moms up in prison that's going to, sounds like you're proud of going. I can't stand dummies like you, James. Who said I sound proud of going to prison? No, I want you to legitimately respond to that. Where was the pride in going to prison? The point is that I know more about prison than you do. Where was the pride that you just talked about? I'm gonna wait on you, James. I'm waiting. Where was the pride? Just because I'm speaking about prison doesn't mean there was pride. I know about fat bitches too. Doesn't mean I'm prideful that I married them. That's a weird thing to say. It was an experience, not pride. I can tell you about getting shot twice and stabbed 14 times too. Does that mean I'm proud about it, motherfucker? I can't stand some of you people. It's a dumb statement. If someone's telling you about their past issues, was the woman that was just in here telling us about domestic violence, was she proud of domestic violence, James? Answer that. For sure, keep bragging about your incarnation. Keep running your mouth. What is the bragging? Do you see where you sound like a dummy? Talking about it and fuck him. He's just a dumb person. And I'm going to keep running my mouth. And what are you going to do about it? You ain't going to do shit. Anyway, he's a strange, it's a dumb comment. Anyway, let's get back to this. So I need to get up and go get my robe. Exactly. Yeah, it was a soft-ass response. Thank you, Chad. He's just a strange little fella. It's one of those things that, like, if someone is talking about, like, let's say you got a dope fiend and they're talking about their dope fiend past, are they bragging about it? See, let me tell you what this feels like to me, James. You actually put people that's been to prison up on a pedestal. That's the only reason you would say that. I think people that go to prison are scumbags. I think I was a scumbag when I went to prison. That's the difference between you and me, James. That's why you think it was bragging about it. Oh, look at JB, he's so cool, he's been to prison. No, I actually think it was one of the biggest flaws of my life. And most people do think that. But it's you people, that watch Oz and shit that are like, oh man, he's bragging about it. No, I'm telling you about it. I'm telling you where your tax dollars go. They go to put clear Nintendo 64s in inmates' cells. It's that simple. Now, let's get back to this. Exactly, Carol. Exactly. But anyway, he's just a goober. He don't know shit. He's like, he sounds cool. I want to show you guys this in case you guys haven't seen none of this. And I'm sure you have. We've talked about it. But anyway, the little audio, obviously it comes from something else. And this is the Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan truck video, or walking video. And this is what everybody seems to be talking about, is this Adam character. Sounds like your ass is sore, man. That's your new... Bro, trolling on the internet won't make you any cooler. It won't get you any more pussy. James, listen. There's never been a single female in the history of females that said, man, you see that guy's trolling? It makes me want to suck his dick. It's never happened in the history of pussydom. Do you understand that, James? It's never happened. Trolling in the chat room will get you no money, no pussy, no nothing. Just makes you look like a male Karen, exactly. The strange people, a terrible troll, exactly. They're not even comical anymore. All right. Yeah, he did try to type in. Yes, no, he's just not very good. He doesn't. He's not very good. But anyway, let's get back to this. Sorry for the interruption. Play the fucking video. God damn it, don't start fucking with me. I don't have time for this shit. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Is there any doubt? Is the James drive a white Elantra? He said in incarnation, I'm dead. Yeah, you know. You're bragging about your incarnation, JB. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, sorry about that. Don't get me going. I'm trying to look, man. I'm sober right now. I'm trying to do a sober stream. You're gonna get me roasting your ass. Thank you, Vicky. He said, actually, a male Karen is a Kevin. Where the fuck did that rule come from? I didn't know that, though. He said, damn, you got all the pretty women watching your channel, bro. Thank you. They are pretty. All of them are. All of them are. I agree with you. But anyway, one thing I want to... Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Do we all agree that was the hood, that's the same, JB was incarnated. Do we all agree that the guy in this walking video is Jackass or the hoodie guy, the dude we think is Jackass? Thank you, MC. So let's get back to this. I'm just curious as your guys' thoughts on this. Play the video, Brian. God damn it. Okay, I got too many fucking things up. I see that now. Brian, to the goober that was talking about the damn shit, he's fucking me up. We'll get to that in just a second. I'll show you some other things that I was going to show you. We'll get to all those in just a second. James, you done fucked up the whole show. And yes, I'm blaming it on you. Anyways. He said, I'm split 50. He said, JB needs an OnlyFans. Yes. You know when they kept kicking me off all the platforms, I considered doing it. Not to throw my dick around, but I thought to myself, why all these platforms kick me off? OnlyFans has got to be the only one that won't kick me off, right? If you're proud of going to prison, you're stuck on stupid. Yeah, I think anybody is. It reminds me of people that try to act like the hood when they're not. You know what I'm talking about? It reminds me of the same thing. Like if you were really from the hood, or if you ever really did go to prison, you're not proud of either of those things because you realize how much those things suck. Exactly, CP. Exactly. But, so yeah, normal people that's actually been through those things, they're not proud of those shit. They're not proud of those things. Anyway. But the people that's live corny lives like my man James, he listens to a couple rap songs and sees a couple Shawshank Redemption movies, and he's like, oh, I think that shit's cool. You know what I'm saying? That type of guy. That type of guy. No. James is one of those people you ain't, even in prison, nobody's raping him because that motherfucker will enjoy it. They, them pronouns and shit. Let me stop. Let me get back to what. All right, let me get back to what I was going to show you guys. Idaho murders, man mentioned in newly obtained video, not a suspect, victim's father says. This shit kind of trips me out. Is it just me? Is it just me? Or does Steve and the family go out of their way to clear not only Jack D, but anyone associated with Jack D? He says, wow, that was easy. What was easy? What, to troll? You like to troll? Bro, you like to troll? That's strange. James, you look like you're a 65-year-old man. Bro, your hairline is all the way at your asshole. Why would, like, that like pumps you up? You're like, oh, I want to troll. Bro, go buy a whore or something. Like, you're a grown-ass man. And yes, I would be way more proud of being an inmate, getting my incarnation, than I would be of being a troll. Let's just say you were right. Bro, you're proud of being a troll. Exactly, Robert. JB, you got another troll looking for dick pics? Yes, that's exactly what he's looking for. All right, let's go. Sorry about that. Upgrade got rid of him. So why do you talk like a wigger? Shit, I don't know. You tell me. If you knew my history and you knew everything I do on my other channels, you wouldn't think I'm a wigger. Trust me. Trust me, brother. Anyway, Idaho murders. Man mentioned in newly obtained video, not a suspect, victim's father says. So I guess my question here is why does he keep going out of his way to like defend Jack and those people? He says, I definitely don't trust you. Bro, my name is nobody. You and me, we don't have sex. We don't fuck. We're not in the same relationship. Why do you need to trust me? It's a weird thing. I definitely don't trust you. I'm sorry, are we married or something? What the fuck you need to trust me for? Me and you don't fuck. Weirdo. Some weird shit. Anyway, Idaho murders. So going back to this, that's one of my first thoughts is why does he keep doing this? Adam mentioned in a new surveillance clip is not a suspect, says Father Steve. I think this is a situation, and listen, this is where CP, if you don't like it, leave. It's that simple. If you don't like the way I do my shows, go to anybody other true crime motherfucker. I didn't ask you people to be here. It's not that hard to understand, see? Whatever the fuck her name was. Jesus Christ. You people are true crime community is weirdos. They're weird people, man. We don't think you should cuss. Well, suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? They're just weird. Anyway, what's going on, Just Me? All right. So I guess my issue here, it says the father of one, obviously, you know who he is. He says, we asked and did the obvious due diligence, and we looked into that, and it was pretty clear that this individual was not part of an investigation as far as the suspect, Steve Gonsalves said. So I want you to understand, The same person, and I never criticize Steve Gonsalves. I never criticize Steve Gonsalves at all. But why in the fuck does he eliminate Adam as a potential suspect? Does that make sense? Like, why would he do that? He's the same guy that said that the police are eliminating suspects too early. Why did he jump immediately to it to say that Adam's not a suspect, right? It's strange. I don't understand why they would even do it. Thank you, Tattoo. Appreciate you. I don't understand I don't understand why he would do this. It seems like anyone connected to Jack D, and if you guys don't know, Adam is Jack D's former roommate and the bartender at the bar. At the bar that they were all at. It's like the blind leading the blind, yeah. And listen, I know Gray Hughes came out here and he said, why do you guys think that it's the same? Where's the evidence that it's the same Jack or the same Adam? I'm going to show you right now, okay? I'm going to show you right now, just real quick. If you take a look at this right here, this is the same Jack. That's him at the corner club. That's him right there. That's Jack's. This is the same Adam. This is Jack's roommate, Adam. It's the same guy. Adam Lunda, which is Jack's former roommate, is the same guy as the bartender at the corner club. So even though you'll get some people that say it's not the same Adam, it's clearly the same Adam. Thank you, Just Me. It's clearly the same Adam. So shit, Adam is a tank. Yeah, and you know that's a good point, CP. But here's the thing, I don't think Adam did it. Like, I don't believe Adam had it. Here's what I think happened. If we go back to the video where the girls were talking about Adam, and even if you take into consideration what Jack S said, when Jack S said you're going to get him in trouble, or you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble, I think that Adam was told some shit about where Kaylee's going in the future, going to Texas, going to Europe, whatever. And Adam being so close to Jack D, I think he went and told Jack D. And I think it makes sense because think about all the phone calls to Jack D that night. Think about that for 1 second. Think about all the phone calls that the girls made to Jack D immediately. Like you can tell that there was some concern. Does that make sense? And I know a lot of people believe, well, the girls, thank you, Michael. The girls believed, there's a lot of reason, let's get something out the way. The girls ain't calling Jack 9 times as they're getting killed, 13 calls. They're not calling as they're getting killed. And I hate Gray Hughes too. I'm gonna give you guys a small, let me tell you where all the answer is. There's an answer to all of this that nobody's really talked about. Let me show you guys this. Let me ask you, because a good question came up. And I want to show you this question that I saw pop up on Twitter. And I'm going to show you something that's crazy. There's a timeline right here of everything that occurred. There was a question that came up that Kaylee was seen in the videos in a smartwatch, an Apple Watch. I don't know about you guys, but my iPhone and my Apple Watch records my heart. Like if my heart stopped, wouldn't there be record of this on the Apple Watch? It's a good question. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Now, this actually was brought up on News Nation. This was actually brought up on News Nation. Let me show you this much. Let me show you this. This was brought up on News Nation, but if you go to this video now, because if you look, it says, is victims' tech the key to solving the case? Let me show you the link to this video from News Nation. Okay. So we all agree the Apple Watch would mean something. So much so, even News Nation did a video on the Apple Watch. Out of all the videos News Nation has done, why in the fuck did they take down the Apple Watch? And now listen, I'm not doing conspiratorial shit. Yes, I believe 9/11 was an inside job. Yet no, I don't believe we went to the moon. All that shit. But the earth is circle. The earth is sphere. With this though, why did this video go down? Why does this not exist anymore? Remember, you know how tight-lipped the police are being. Somehow did the FBI or police, seriously, serious question, I'm asking you guys what you think. Is it possible that they got in touch with News Nation and is like, hey, no, that's information that has not been released yet, the Apple Watch thing. Because think about everything else. What other videos or theories or anything has News Nation deleted? I've never seen them delete one. I've never seen them delete a single one. The Apple Watch is part of the evidence. That's what I'm thinking. And this is, now granted, there's people that has brought this up. But this was, like I said, on Twitter, I saw this. Them removing the video. This segment doesn't exist on their YouTube page anymore. And then ultimately the questions with all of this timeline knowing what happened, and it's known that Kaylee had an Apple Watch. Maybe there's some shit we're missing there. And, FBI is assisting already. Well, and this is the fucked up thing. Fact, go catch. Exactly. He said, don't respond to these woke trolls. Yeah, trolls are adorable. They're adorable. It's going to interfere with the investigation. Exactly. That's the only possible reason, Holy War, that they could have, that's the only possible reason they would have took that video down. And so, to me, because that exists, that adds a lot more credence. JB, everyone knows about this one. Come is no old news. Oh, everybody knows about what? Everybody knows about what? Farley, everybody knows about what? Everybody knows about what? Go ahead and tell us. No, they do something. And he wasn't even trolled. A lot of these people are just regular viewers that got triggered in my last stream because they're snowflakes, they're bitches. Let's just call it what it is. That's how I separate the real from the fake. I do streams like the drunk streams to trigger you, to get you to leave. See, let me tell you something unlike the rest of these YouTubers. I don't give a fuck about your views. I don't give a fuck about your subscriptions. That ain't how I get paid. That's the truth. I don't care about none of that shit. Because my channels will get taken down anyway. Just so you know. So yeah, you don't have to be here. Just so we got that understood. But anyway, let's get back to this. Thank you, Upgrade. Let me give a shout out, speaking of that, to the beautiful Mindy, who sent 1111. Appreciate you. Beautiful Mindy sent 1111 to support the channel. Appreciate you very much, Mindy. All right, that just a second. First time I've heard about the watch. Yeah, and that's the thing. The watch thing, I think, is kind of important. And I didn't even think it was important. I didn't even think it was important until News Nation took it down. Like, why the fuck would News Nation take it down, right? Thank you, Mindy. Appreciate you. Thank you, Div. Appreciate you. You guys are awesome people. All right, let's get back to this. It was just something I noticed. I caught it on Twitter, just like with the voice of Jack S. I thought it was an interesting grab for you. So anyway, back to the article. Steve, obviously, is saying that he doesn't think Adam's involved. And I don't think Adam's involved either, but I still think investigating him a little bit more to find out exactly what it was that Kaylee said to him, or that Maddie said to him, was important. And I ain't too worried about the FBI. I don't think the FBI is going to be the ones to solve this anyway. I don't. The FBI is too busy interfering in elections, spying on presidential candidates, and silencing views on social media. They won't be the ones solving this case. They got their own shit to deal with, like the Twitter files. So, to be perfectly honest, I don't think the FBI is any more solid in this case than the local police. They seem a little busy. Exactly, Social Butterfly. I bet her boyfriend has a matching Apple Watch. That's possible. That's a hell of a theory. Also, sleeping while killed doesn't make sense either if there's commotion with either. I don't believe none of that shit, right? I don't believe that 4 people. Listen, man. I want you to think about something. I want you to think about how quiet a house is when you're sleeping. If you hear a stick fall from a tree, Corn Runner, yes, they do if they tell social media to stop it. Stop it. It's not that hard to understand. I get it. You're a libtard. I get that. I'm not going to sit here and do the politics thing with you. It was a joke. I understand you're a pussy and you don't like jokes. I get that. No, my FBI loves me. I get it. We understand. I understand. The same FBI that took how many years in the Delphi murders? The same FBI? Stop it. Anyway, it was a joke. You're just a snowflake and it bothered you that I made a joke about your precious FBI. It's that simple. It's not that hard to understand. Yeah, but Ryan, it was a joke in this context. Because, has nothing to do with the case. It was just a simple fucking joke. But some of you people are so wrapped up in your, you know what I'm saying. Exactly. But let's just be real. The FBI isn't that damn, they're not that good at their job. Nor have they been for a long ass time. But anyway, that's just kind of my theory with that. I don't think that they're going to solve it. I don't think either law enforcement's doing good. How many more of these high-profile cases do you need to see look goofy until you say, oh, man, they're really not that good at their job? But yet they'll come after me. They'll send the IRS after me because I got a $600 Venmo. Stop it. You know what I mean? Just stop it. Motherfuckers get $600 on Venmo, they'll knock on my door tomorrow. But yet they struggle with shit like this. Exactly, social. Exactly. So anyway, back to this. And yes, likes are free. I'm just curious why he went out of he went out of the way. And if you guys haven't heard, in fact, let me go ahead and show you. If you guys haven't, if by some chance you've been under a rock all weekend or doing something cool like getting pussy and drinking, you may or may not have seen the video. So I'm going to show it to you now. Okay. I'm going to show it to you now. So you know what we're talking about even when we're talking about Adam. Son of a bitch. Play. We're going to do this. Oh, that's right. You can't hear it. You guys can't hear it. My bad. I had the wrong thing up. The wrong screen share.
To show Kaylee Gonsalves and Madison Mogan walking on...
Oh, come on, man. Give me just a second. Got too much shit up.
Walking and talking on a sidewalk. The two young women seem to be wearing the same clothes they had on when we saw them in surveillance video from a food truck earlier that night. Senior national correspondent Brian Enton explains how this new video surfaced.
We know that police have had this surveillance video, this new video.
What the fuck, man?
We have new video released over the week.
I guess it's just gonna bullshit me all damn day. Fuck them. It figures. I've been doing this shit for 16 years, and I only started having these problems when I started. You know what? It's just stupid ass StreamYard software. I'm going back to my regular software. I'm going back to my regular shit.
Police have had this surveillance video, this new video, since right after the murders, but it has just now become...
Fuck it. Hold on. Just going to get rid of all this shit. All this fucking bullshit.
...public for the first time, and it is not just video.
Man, I'm about to break the fuck out of this computer. Yeah, I hate StreamYard. I hate
Surveillance
StreamYard.
video newly obtained by News Nation shows what appears to be Kaylee Gonzalez and her best friend Maddie Mogan walking in downtown Moscow, Idaho, just hours before they were murdered. You can hear their voices in the video. For the first time, we are hearing the name Adam. The attorney representing the Gonzalez family says they believe Adam is a bartender and that he is not a suspect at this time. The Moscow Police Department not commenting specifically on the video, but in a statement to News Nation said any digital content submitted as tips and leads becomes part of the investigation. We review and investigate submissions. Findings become part of the information we do not make public to maintain the integrity of the investigation. Meanwhile, the Gonzalez family is questioning whether the investigation is being handled properly by Moscow police, especially within the first 48 hours after the murders. Their attorney spoke to News Nation's Chris Cuomo.
From the get-go, we still get more and more information every day about mishaps or missteps that I think the investigation has made. You know, one of the questions we asked when we went in was, why not, within the first 24 to 48 hours, release some information about, we're looking for someone that may have missed work, that may have come in with, you know, injuries to their forearms or their hands, things like that. It's a small community. People that have taken a vacation.
Let me ask you guys a question. Am I the only one here that feels like the police have absolutely nothing? Think about it. And I'm gonna ask you, because listen, all right, well, let me ask you guys this. Is there anyone here like me that doesn't believe a car was involved at all? Fredo, exactly. I don't believe that a car was involved in these murders at all. Does that make sense? Like, think about, like I said earlier, think about who the top suspects are. Jack S, Jack D, all them people live right there. I think, and listen, I could be completely wrong, but I don't believe the white car or any car has anything to do with this. I believe I believe they have so little. I believe they have nothing. And so what they're trying to do is say, hey, society, hey, everybody in the public, look at us, we got this white car, when in reality they have nothing. Red herring, exactly. I could be completely off here. But to me, they seem to have absolutely nothing. And listen, when's the last time, because I want you to think back to the Delphi murders. What's up, Tracy? I want you to think about it. They had audio and video of the Delphi murders. And still, it took these tards all these years. And I still think they got it wrong. Hoodie guy was escorting the girls, possibly. I'd escort the girls too if I thought I was gonna get some pussy. I would escort them too. And that would also be a good reason for someone that maybe wasn't gonna get any pussy to lose their mind and snap. So Jack S is still, because think about it. And ladies, I know you don't believe me, but listen, when dudes walk you home, especially from the bar, I understand you may think we're doing it out of the kindness of our hearts. We're not. Any dude for any reason that says, I just want to make you sure you get home from the bar okay, baby. No. And any dude that tells you that, he's a fucking liar. Unless I'm just being honest. The video footage is not clear, but somehow they have audio. I think they had the video footage. I think, because here's the thing. When they initially released the video footage, remember they just released just the still photo. That's what I think. He says, but kill over... No, I think, listen, there's two reasons men kill. There's two reasons, for the most part, men kill. Money. I guess we'll call it jealousy. Exactly, Carlotta. What girl thinks when being walked home is anything for anything other than sex? Of course. What do you think we want to do with you? Read your fucking recipes and shit? I thought you really wanted to be a friend, JB. Yeah, I do want to be a friend. Inside, I want us to connect. Pussy and money, exactly. Rejection is a strong reason. I don't think a car was involved either. There was a truck that was on cops' cam now. I don't know if you've seen that or not. Seen that on the news yesterday? I have not seen it, actually. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of vehicles. But let me tell you something. If I just killed 4 people, and that's why I laugh at everybody making a big deal at the video of the... You know how everybody's making a big deal of the video of the 4 people walking past the cops? Do you know what kind of special, stupid criminal you have? You have to be the worst killer in the history of killers to kill people and then walk by the cops. Or be on the way to kill people and walk by the cops. There's not a single reason in the whole world. She's not convinced Jack S more. No, I think Jack D has a more of a motive. I agree with that too. Says wars have been started over pussy. I agree. He says we all want to be friends with y'all's inside. Exactly. He says the only possible interest in that car would be for removal of blood evidence as a weapon. What's up, AZ? I'm not a strong believer in the Elantra theory. I don't think Elantra was there at all. It was Saturday night. Kids were fucking drinking and shit. I believe it's very possible that the car did speed away or speed, but I don't, it doesn't mean it was part of the killing, is what I'm saying. Exactly, TM, exactly. It was a car, they would find it burned. Yeah, exactly. That's an excellent point. Car would be a decoy, potentially. I just don't think the car's involved at all. I think whoever did it lives there, and they walked. Let me show you guys something else. Let me show you guys something else while we're here. Let me show you guys this. Because actually, Brian Enton, he made a good point, but it got me thinking about something else. I want to show you this other thing. Brian Enton explores the killer's possible escape routes. I want you to see this for just a second. Because even though this shit is legit, I got to thinking, do you all really think it's one kid that did this? I do think that. Because once again, I believe, what's up, Callie? I believe in, listen, unless you're part of a gang, it is hard to believe. Yeah, I do believe that it's possible there could have been lookouts, but it's hard to believe. Like, I want you guys to think about this. All you dudes or chicks. So let's say you and me are friends. You know, and we're not even necessarily friends, fraternity brothers, college kids. I want you to think about this. Whether it's jealousy, regardless of what it is, I want you to ask, imagine your friends around you coming to you and say, man, these hoes, they pissed me off. I'm going to kill them. Just, people can't keep their mouth shut. Exactly. Just imagine that. First of all, to believe this is all a group of people, you have to believe that when this idea was initially pitched, that no one said, because whoever said no would be the guy talking right now. So what let's say it was pitched to a group of 4 or 5 people. That means everyone in that group of 4 or 5 people had to agree to it, do it. Now with all the national coverage on it, keep their mouth shut. This is why I struggle with the group concept. And a lot of people you'll see be like, you see the group that ran by the police? That's the group. Come on, dog. You think I'm going to murder 4 people? You think I'm going to murder 4 people and run by the damn cops? Sometimes when I can walk into a gas station and I see them at the coffee machine, I turn back around and walk the fuck out. Somebody would have snitched by now. Exactly. Exactly. Rick says, one question, Adam, what is everything Maddie told you? Yes, that needs to be asked. That needs to be asked. 100% I agree with you. If you don't want to know anything, you tell nobody. Exactly. Loose lips sink ships. It's the truth. And I didn't say they couldn't. Like, that would have to be a pretty ritualistic killing, don't you think? That would have to be a pretty ritualistic thing. Like, if everybody was on the same page and it was a ritual killing, that would make sense. Says, I say cut it off if he rapes. And I agree with that. Big Bubba's not a real thing. I understand you people that's never been to prison, you think that. But I agree with you with cutting off his dick. Popping plugs. But I do got some news for you people that's never been. Big Bubba's not real. It's a made up thing that they use to scare you into not going. It's not real. These cops are idiots, exactly what Steve was so mad at first. I agree. But I do agree with you about the rape. I think any sexual crime, they should have their dick cut off, 100%. No, it's not a real thing. To tell you, you know when people don't know because they see shit you see on TV. Big Bubba's not real. Ask anyone that's been in the penitentiary. They'll tell you he's not real. He's not real at all. Well, Jody, they believe rapings happen in prison way more than it does. There's actually typically never rapings. When they do happen, let me explain to you. And I hate to say it because I know it's going to trigger some of the people in here. The people that get raped in prison are people that are already limp wristers. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're already in relationships with people. There's not too many. Now, there has been. It's rare, though. Like, if you owe someone money and you don't pay them, they could get you. But the concept of Big Bubba and dropping the soap, that's not a real thing. That was just made up by the media. That's not a real thing. Exactly. Exactly, Danielle. It's well, not typically. You know how hard it is to rape an asshole? I mean, I don't. I don't, but just come on. I'm not saying it's never happened, but the way they make it look like on television and shit, it's not true, man. It's really not real. Like, people ain't just walking into prison getting raped. Oh, shit. knocking my shit over. I'm just being honest with you guys. Like it's just not. It's not like that. It's kind of it's kind of like a myth. The whole drop the soap shit and things like that. Have you been to prison? Yes. Yes, Dean. I have. But yes. That's why I laugh when people say that. Because you notice it's never someone that's been to prison that says those things. It's just people that's watched too much TV. And that's not a bad thing. You're not supposed to go to prison. I think it's good you've never been to prison. But it's just one of those things, like, we all know what propaganda is, right? That's what it is. It's just propaganda to get you to not want to go to prison. That's all I'm saying. That's all it is. It's propaganda to get you to not. It's part of the whole scared straight thing. It's not like that, but it happens. Yeah, there's rapes occasionally in there, but it's not what you think. It's hype. It's propaganda. And it's a scared tactic, and it's a good one. It's a scared tactic, and you should be scared of prison. It's not for everybody. Yeah, Cash App's still the same, popping plug. Sorry about that. I haven't had a chance to take a look. It is still the same. Thank you, popping plugs. Anyway, all right, so anyway, I'm done with that. Before that one dude comes back and says, you're bragging again. I'm not bragging. Just answering questions. Just answering questions. What if Jack S. was kicked out of the corner bar from Adam? That's a good question. That's actually an excellent fucking question. That is a perfect fucking question. It is a waste of life to go to prison. 100% agree. 100% agree. Depends on how long you go. Some people it wisens you up. Some people it doesn't. Most people it doesn't. What's up, Keto and Grime? Good to see you. Good to see you. Anyway, so what I was saying here, going back to this is actually an excellent point. We all heard that Jack S. got kicked out of the bar. What if Adam did kick him out? If Adam was the bartender, all right, let me paint this picture, and let me see what you guys think. What if Adam kicked? Yeah, I know. Adam, by the way, you can call up to the corner club bar now. Adam no longer works there. Adam no longer works there. He no longer works there. Exactly. What if Adam was to find out that Jack D's girlfriend is now messing with, let's say, Jack S., right? This is just a theory. This is just speculation. That's all I'm doing here. What if Adam was told by Maddie, because Maddie was drunk? Remember the conversation? You told him everything? What did you tell Adam? I told him everything. What if Adam told Jack S., Maddie told Adam about Jack S., and then Adam told Jack D about Jack S. Is that possible? Maybe Adam got into it with Jack S. and kicked him out. I don't know. But it's been rumored. It's been talked about. It's just something, you got to think about for a second, right? That's a good question. Maybe Jack S. drove the 5 hours away, Bravo, from the grub truck because he was afraid of Adam and Jack D. It is possible. Yeah, no, I don't think the police are going to book anybody anytime soon. I'm going to tell you right now, I think this case is going cold. I 100% think that this case will not be solved. There will not be an arrest made in 2022 at all. And the rest of it, we got 11 days left, 12 days yet. I don't think there's going to be an arrest made, a suspect named, or anything for the rest of this year because I don't believe they have anything. But it is kind of interesting when you think about it, when you analyze the possibility of Adam, because if all rumors are true and Jack S got kicked out of the bar, who do you think kicked him out of the bar? Wouldn't it make sense that Jack S was kicked out of the bar by the bartender? Maybe she was using Jack S to make Jack D jealous. Yes. I definitely think it's going cold. He says, Lord, I hope you're wrong, but that's my feelings. Yeah, it just, what's going on, Jody, my brother? I hope you're doing good. So much for enrollment at that university. I don't see how you could go there, especially if you're female. Yeah, and I think that's why they're doing such a tight job to try to sweep it under the rug. I think that's why the police are acting like, hey, we got this. We don't need your tips. They ain't got shit. They ain't got shit, in my opinion. I don't see how they possibly could have shit. Because, I mean, well, I take that back. I guess it's possible, but you know what I'm saying. He says, great info, no longer works. No, and that's something you got to think about as well. Why would Adam, after this, quit his job? Exactly, Rage. No evidence, no witness, no pics, no victim to talk. How about it? Jack S informed Jack D about Adam, potentially. Do we know for sure that Jack S left town? No, we do not. It's not been confirmed. Jack S is somehow the only motherfucker missing. Like you haven't seen, other than the initial thoughts and accusations and beliefs about Jack S. And you know what? That's something we should probably do. And they'll probably never tell us. But we need to find out, did Adam get laid off or did he quit? So I bet they're watching your video trying to get ideas. I hope not. Yeah, Stone Cold case incoming. I believe we're on that path. I don't believe that. I think Jack S is the key. I think we need to know about Jack S. We need to know where he's at. He's the only, in my opinion, he is lawyered up. He has done something like that. I don't know what cleared Jack S. For some reason, Jack S is the only one we've heard nothing about, no one's seen, nobody's done anything. What did Jack S say right before Kaylee asked him out? Was he on the phone? I don't think so. Let's go back and take a look at it if we can. Well, I gotta find it. That's why I deleted everything. God damn it. I deleted everything. Oh no, it doesn't. Here, all I had was the audio file because it was enhanced. But you guys said you couldn't hear it anyway. You guys couldn't hear it anyway. I could post the link. And let you guys maybe hear it for yourself. But then you guys are all gonna leave the stream. But I can try to play it again. I can post the link. Let's see here. Here's what I'll do. I'll post a link here. You guys can go check it out for yourself and tell me if you guys hear what I hear. I don't know what Jack's talking to. Hold on. Oh, that wasn't the link to that. Hold on. That was dumb. That was the wrong link. Here we go. Wrong link. My bad, guys. That was the wrong link. Wrong link. I apologize for that. Wrong link. There it is. Jackass went to Africa with his parents. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Since the beginning, we've thought that, right? And so I guess my question is, since the beginning, we've thought that. Like, wouldn't they have already made a statement? Probably not, because I feel like he's lawyered up. Don't you believe in some aspect that's the only reason he would be quiet? Well, Mary, it's being said that it's possibly, we're getting conflicting reports. Because News Nation says they were walking after the grub truck. Daily Mail says they were walking to the grub truck. Daily Mail says they were walking after the grub truck. News Nation says they were walking to the grub truck. So with this situation, I have no clear whatsoever if it was them walking to or from, because I'm getting conflicting reports by the media. Melissa says, unless he's informing. That's a good point. That is an excellent point. Is it Jack B. Nimble? What do you think? What do you guys hear on the surveillance when the guy is possibly speaking? He says, "You guys." He says, "You're going to be in big trouble." He's talking to one of the girls. He said, "Yeah, no, he wasn't on the roster at all." I saw that on the Twitter too. I saw that about the basketball thing as well. They have footage of him throwing the ball to somebody else, bouncing the ball for an alley-oop. I saw it on Twitter. Things like that I try to kind of leave out. Walking wherever, but it sounds like a man's voice that said I told him everything. Charlie's still following me. Nope. You're wrong this time, Charlie. I got my dog this time. No crying about the dog being gone this time. My dog isn't there. Nice try, though. Nice try, though. They're walking to the grub truck with Jack and no food. See, and here's my problem with that, though. I'm not saying you're wrong, Teresa, because what you're saying makes sense, because they got in a vehicle on the way back, right? Right? And we did see that. It does make sense what you're saying. But the one thing that doesn't make sense to me is people saying, well, there's no food. There's no food. Like, to me, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm drunk and I go order food, I'm not waiting to take that shit home. Think about it. Now, granted, I'm a little bit fatter than them broads. But what's up, Jeremy? To me, the idea and the thought that they got the food and somehow took it home and didn't smash it right then, like, who doesn't smash? Like, if they're going to me, ain't gonna eat it that fast? What do you mean? Maybe, maybe not. It was pasta. Like, who the fuck doesn't smash that shit quick? I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, to me, I would have smashed it. But that's just me. It ain't no burger. I hear you. I mean, everybody's got a good point. No, and here's the thing. The best point is that Jack S. was with them. You ain't a girl. Yeah, it's true. That's true. And that's the thing, we don't have a date and time stamp. But I will be honest with you. Bro, just by the name of the meals they were ordering, they smashing on the walk to the car. Facts. I don't see why, exactly, Jeremy, I don't see why they wouldn't, especially drunk. I disagree. It depends on how far, and that's a good question though. How close? And well, listen, it's actually a ridiculous argument, because I actually don't disagree with you that it was on their way there. Because remember, when I did the video, it caught me off guard that the Daily Mail said it was on their way back from the grub truck, right? It caught me off guard. If you guys haven't seen my video I did before this, it caught me completely off guard. It's not a theory I had, it's what the fucking article said, right? I don't know. I mean, guys get turned down 99% of the time. Bro, I got somebody, I'm 1 for 1 since my split up. I don't agree. I'm 1 for 1. I got a motherfucker coming here tonight. So, like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that 99% of the time thing. You know how easy pussy is to get in 2024? Or 2022? Excuse me. I'm 2 years in the future. Like, that's weird. If you're a dude getting turned down 99% of the time, bro, you need to become funny or some shit. But So I've seen girls yamming back kebabs at 2 a.m. outside the club. Yeah. There's a weird thing where like people are like, they're chicks, so they're not gonna. You believe chicks don't fart either, don't you? The girls, they can't knock back pasta. Have you ever? These bitches can deep throat cucumbers, and you're telling me they can't eat some pasta? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I said I stand corrected. If you're drunk, it's getting slammed. Exactly, that's the point. But, I agree with you that they were walking to the Grub Hub. I agree with you guys. Yes, of course, Farley. Of course. Absolutely. Let me give a shout out to my boy Poppin' Plugs. He sent $20. He said, "For love the new channel." Thank you, brother. Thank you. We'll get some of these people in the gun squad at some point. It's good. I know they're good people. I can eat a lot of food. Can I eat a lot of food but fast? I said, I don't know, man. I know, Donnie. It was a joke. Donnie said all humans fart. Thank you, Poppin' Plugs, by the way. Good to see some of you, the older Gun Squad members coming over here and seeing this. I will be live for you guys tonight on the other live stream channel, so don't worry about that. Appreciate you. He says Hoodie can blend in the situation until his creepiness shows. Here's the truth. I'm leaning towards Jack S or Jack D now. I struggle to believe it could be. Okay, let me show you guys this. Because this got me thinking about something. Let me show you this right here. We're going to look at Brian Enton. Let me make sure I got this up here. We're going to take a look at Brian Enton here. And Brian Enton kind of, what he does is he goes, let me stop the screen share. What Brian Enton does is he goes off the possible path the killer could have taken. And I got to thinking about this, right? Truth of this is, I'm stuck between Jack S and Jack D too. To be in a car, this seems like an impossible crime. Do you guys understand? There's no way, all there is, it's a dead end into a parking lot. Now, I want you to see something though, because Brian Enton does bring up a good point where they could have escaped to a car. My opinion is no car is involved at all. At all. Let's go ahead and get to this. I'll show you this. Let me get some of this other shit off of here. There we go. This should be all right now. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at this Brian Enton. He said Black Jack D did it in the movie land. It was fake. Yeah, no. And for you guys that don't think it was fake, go to a place called Meteor Crater, Arizona. That's all I'm going to say to you. If you could go to Meteor Crater, Arizona, it's $50 to get in. Go to Meteor Crater, Arizona. You go see that thing. And then come back and talk to me. We'll talk about that another time, though. This is True Crime Channel. Where would you hide a knife? Where would you hide a knife if I was Jack D? That knife would never be found. If this was me, now I sound like OJ, if I had done it. Number one, if I had done this at all, the two in the bottom would not have survived. Here's where the people that believe it's a serial killer has a little bit of credence to the argument. Keep in mind, Jack D and or Jack S would have known about the two surviving girls. Does that make sense? I would have never, if this was me, there is absolutely no reason at all to leave the two on the bottom floor alive. Absolutely no reason at all. And this is where I'm a little confused by this case, because to me, I feel like whoever done it didn't know them two was on the bottom floor. Because I would have never taken a chance. Because here's the thing, if the killer was known, and Upgrade, this is for you because your theory is serial killer. If the killer was known, don't you think, exactly, Stanley Kubrick filmed that shit, and he confessed to it. We'll talk about that another time. Here's the thing. Don't you think that one of these victims would have said, "Stop, Jack"? And I know I'm throwing a monkey wrench in this right now. So let's just put ourselves in, the knife will never be found. I agree with you completely, JM. It'll never be found. That knife is long gone. 100% exactly. That's a good point. But all I'm going to say is this. Landlord's a possibility. Anything's a possibility. There's rumors that it's the landlord's 40-year-old son. I haven't seen anything quality with it, so I haven't really done anything. Thank you so much, Sandy Beach. But I want to say this to you. I do want to say this to you, just real quick. Sandy Beach, thanks for live. Thank you, Sandy Beach. Send 5, thank you so much. Thank you for sending a name, too, that I can call you. I assume that's what you were doing. I don't like to dox you guys' names, you know what I mean? So thank you very much to Sandy Beach. I assume that's why you wrote Sandy Beach. But anyway, let's get back to this real quick. If I'm either Jack, and I show up to this house, I already know who the people in the house are. You think I'm going to take a chance of one of those girls saying, "No, Jack, don't. Stop it, Jack." You think I'm going to let, because I am sure someone in that house knew who the killer was. And I'm sure someone in that house, Sandy Beach, thank you very much. You're awesome. Appreciate you. Someone in that house knew who this killer was. Unless, granted, if he was masked up, whatever. That makes a lot of sense, Jessica. It makes a lot of sense. So I guess my point here is if I am Jack S. or Jack D. or anyone that they know, I would have killed every person in that house, including the dog. Unless I love the dog. So do you see where all of these avenues they come to a dead end? Because like I said, if I was Jack D or Jack S, there's no reason for me to leave the bottom two girls alive. You know they're there. You know those rooms exist. Why in the fuck would you leave the two on the bottom alive? You don't think maybe the scream scared the killer from going downstairs? That's a good theory and a very good possibility. Are you now saying you're a dog killer? If I was the type of person that would kill a house full of 4 people, it would become 6 people and the dog would go too. If you're that much of a fucking scumbag, you're gonna kill everybody. You think they're gonna kill 6 people and then be like, yeah, but the pup. Someone that's that, you know what I'm saying? Someone that's that gone, you think they're gonna kill everybody to make sure there's no evidence, no witnesses, no nothing. And if I was Jack D, I would have killed everybody and the dog. The reason for that being is because you think about something. We all suspect Jack D because the dog was unharmed. Am I right? Am I right? And this is what makes me think that maybe it's not Jack D in some way. Exactly. Why stop at 4 and why leave the dog alive? There's so many questions. Passion starts to dissipate. He was scared. Yeah. No, that's a good point. Dog's a trophy. It's a good point too, Hillary. The killer ran into Ethan and they fought. That's what scared him off. It's a good point, Gene. Vinny Vegas, my man, Vinny Vegas. You know, he used to be a wrestler in WCW a long time ago, about 20 years ago, Vinny Vegas. Kevin Nash. But passion starts to, yes. All I'm saying is that to me, if I knew the people, I would have killed the two in the bottom. There's no reason to let them go. There's no reason to. It's too risky. And this is what kind of leads to, in my opinion, evidence it could be a stranger. But I get you guys. The killer could have been scared and ran off. Exactly, Elijah. I don't think it was as far. It was too perfect. What's up, Anthony? Meaning leaving in the morning like she was supposed to. What up, JB? I heard the audio. It kind of sounds like Jack is saying you're going to feel so guilty, Kaylee, and then you're going to have to be gone. That's a good point. Good point. Dude, James going on about incarnate. Martine must be back in the stream earlier where the troll was. 3 things I learned the hard way. Yeah. Exactly, Lent 69. What you know about the Diamond Stud and Vinny Vegas and Oz? You remember Oz? All right. There are sometimes 4 people living at home, 2 full-time. There's 5 to 8 cars in our drive car. Yeah. That's all I'm saying is I feel like, don't get me wrong, I still think Jack D and Jack S is the number 1 suspect. But these are just thoughts we're throwing out. We're shooting the shit right now, right? And I just feel like it's weird that they left the 2 alive. I do think that. I feel like it's strange that they left the 2 alive and left the dog alive. He said, Jackie says, James, please don't reincarnate on this channel. I just think it's weird. But I still, I think one of the Jacks is the definite suspect. It could be some weirdo like the neighbor. I think both neighbors just wanted attention. They are weirdos. Maybe it was both Jacks. It seems we're going to trip out if it turns out to be the 2 roommates, yes. Bojack seems a little... You know, it's going to be so crazy when we finally get to the bottom of this case. You know what we're all going to do, right? We're all going to be like, that's not the right, that's not it. That's not it, right? And let me tell you why. Am I the only guy here that is struggling believing that Richard Allen did the Delphi case? So what I mean is even when we get the answer, I don't think we're going to believe it. Like they could come out today, right now, with a killer, and if it's not the guy we think it is, we're going to be like, nah, man. If they come out right now with some random dude that they say broke in the house and killed the girls, we're all going to be like, there's no way that wasn't Jack S. There's no way that wasn't Jack D, right? And why? That's a good point. Why did those girls lock the doors? Yeah, I also need to see more evidence on Richard Allen. They have none. None. Richard Allen will walk. We're going to cover that whole trial here on this channel. Richard Allen will walk. Unless he really did work with that fat, who's the fat dude that did the shit. What is this fucking Keegan Kline? Unless he really was working with Keegan Kline, and he's got the evidence, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think this case is going to go cold. Paul says basement wasn't where parties were, so those combinations for the rooms of Dylan and Bethany. No, and I agree with that. I agree with you, Jody, because it takes time to break in. It takes time to break in doors. It takes time. Just like everybody said, Brian. I'm going to be honest, though. Sorry about that E2 to the C. Sorry about that. It's on Twitter. I'll get better audio for the next one. Well, I'll get better audio for that. I apologize if you weren't able to hear that. They're going to match. If the exterior markings all they got seems weak from a gun that's never fired. Exactly. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that at all, in my opinion. All right, each of the two is behind a little bit. Thank you, Martine. What's up, Spaghetti? All right, so I just want to say this. I want to go ahead and show this real quick. Let me know if the audio is patched in. I just want to make sure it is patched in once I start playing it. Let's take a look at Brian Enton. I want to take a look at this because he's still looking at the possible escape routes. Now, keep in mind, I don't believe a car was involved. They do, though. You know, all of these people believe that the car was involved.
Up until now, the assumption in Moscow
Let's not do this.
has been that the killer approached the student's house from the front and then walked around the back, where, well, they might have slipped through the sliding glass door or that kitchen window. But what if that assumption is just backwards? What if the killer actually approached the house from the backyard? That is effectively a hill and a wooded area that would provide a heck of a lot of cover even in the broad daylight. And if the killer then escaped the same way out, well, they could have easily slipped through those trees and climbed their way back up onto a street called Walenta Drive, where a getaway car could easily have been waiting. So I asked Brian Enton to test out the theory, and he's back.
See, this is what I don't get, and this is where I don't agree with them. The whole getaway car. It just seems like such a hard way to do shit. To me. And I agree with you with the sliding doors. There's a lot of fingerprints to go there. To me, I think what makes more sense is when you look at what he does here, you'll see all these trees, right? If you guys look at the map, the tree line actually goes all the way over to Jack's house. You know how easy it would be for Jack D to slide in there and do this? Does anybody know if Jack D had a key or not? Think about it. What's the odds? Think about how long they was together. Was that door even ever locked? What's the odds? But to me, when you look at the woods behind the house, it makes a lot more sense. But they're saying there wasn't snow on that day. Rage Against the Machine says they're saying there wasn't snow on the day of the murders. Keep in mind, this was, what, a week before Thanksgiving? What was it? Is that when it was? There's snow now, but because let me tell you, JD lives a 30-second walk away. Exactly. Brian says he thinks it was the frat leader. If the doors were locked, then it may have been the landlord because, yeah, the landlord's like a good potential. It's a good potential. No snow that day. Exactly. November 13th. Exactly. I don't know where you guys are from, but there's not a lot of snow that I've ever seen on November 13th. That's still in we're not even through fall yet at that moment. Don't get me wrong, snow was a week after, so it's not like it's impossible. So I don't want to make it sound like I think it's impossible, because I don't.
Now live. A lot of times it's been hard for people to get that view because, you know, it's a crime scene tape. You can't just wander around, but you have had a chance to get a really good look at this, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's hard to get back there. There's an apartment complex. Honestly, the apartment manager has been, not in the best of moods with everybody around, but we kind of became friendly with her, and we've been able to go back there. And it's not as wooded as you think. I mean, you've seen the aerial pictures, and it's not as steep as you would think. We were able to get back there and see if you could actually get up to that other neighborhood and road. And we're going to show you that in a couple of minutes, Ashley.
Okay, good. Don't go anywhere. I have to fit in this quick break, Brian.
I don't think so,
When
Farley.
we come back, We're going to show you Brian's attempt to make it up from the back of the house, up the hill, through the trees, to where a car could possibly have been waiting.
There's a lot of rumors that they had OnlyFans, but the only person that there was that had an OnlyFans, that they claimed had an OnlyFans, was Maddie, and it was proved to be fake. A troll made it. The account was created after Maddie's death. And it shows you how when there's a lot of people that get mad. There's a lot of people that get mad when I get mad when I say I hate most of the audience, not all of you. But because people out here on the internet are fucking weird people. You see the people that troll in here, right? Same thing here. These fucking sickos out here on the internet creating OnlyFans in Maddie's name. That's fucking terrible. Like, some people, like, they're fucking nut jobs, man. Like, they're nut jobs. Those are the same people that swat people and do dumb shit. They're just people sitting at home with nothing better to do. No lives, no pussy, no fucking job, no nothing. With Cheeto-stained fingers, yelling at their mom upstairs to bring them a Hot Pocket and shit. Man, where's my Hot Pocket? Those people. That's all they are. And they are sad. It is some sad shit. Very sad.
Could that have been the hidden route for the killer to get away without a trace? Brian's going to put the theory to a test and show you just how easy it actually was to make that clean getaway. That's next. We're used to seeing Brian Enton at the front of the house on King Road updating us on the investigation. But today, Brian, you spent some time actually behind the house testing the theory that the killer might have actually approached the crime scene and escaped from the back, maybe even hopping into a getaway car that he conveniently maybe parked on the street behind all those trees. So take me there.
Yeah, actually, there are ways to get away from the back of the house, which we learned today. Take a look. We went up earlier today in the daylight so you could get a better view. Okay, so we are at the back of the house where the murders happened. This is the house right here. You can see the police line is still up. I've shown you this parking lot before. There's this big parking lot right behind because there's an apartment building right over there. But we wanted to show you what's even further back behind the house. So follow me. You walk to the back of the parking lot over here.
And see, here's what trips me out about what he's doing right now. You see how he just glossed over the fact that there's an apartment building right there? You mean the same apartment building that Jack S. lives in? Don't that seem a little odd? You see what I'm saying? Like, why would anyone? Like, he just glossed over this, so what he's going to do, so instead of looking at the tree line that goes over to Jack D's house, and then looking at the apartments about where Jack S. stayed, we're going to take the hard way all the way through the back, up the street to a whole nother road where a getaway car, like it was a fucking mafia movie, is waiting. Nano Joe says they just learned the killer would have gotten in and out from the back. Fuck out of here. Second grader could have figured this out. Exactly, Nano. Exactly.
The very back corner, and there's this trail right here. And you can tell that other people have walked on it before because the snow is packed down and there's footprints. So possibly students walking up to the neighborhood up above. Come around the trail here. It sort of loops around right by the backyard. Through the trees right here. To this fence line. And basically the little trail continues to loop around. I don't want to go in the backyard of the people who live back here, but we'll show you what's on the other side. Okay, so we're up on the road back behind the house. This house behind me, that path that I showed you, that path connects to the backyard of this house. And there's really a whole other neighborhood up here. We're gonna show you. We're gonna get in the car and drive you up.
Now, I want you to think about what he's doing right now. I want you to think about what he's doing right now. Thank you, Mary. And listen, if you're going to commit a crime, and listen, all I'm going to say to you guys, are you going to take the fucking long... Let's be honest, if you're going to commit a crime where you got to get out of Dodge fast, are you going to take the long fucked up route? Or are you going to maybe prepare for an easier route? Think about that. This motherfucker had to walk all the way through the back, up through someone else's yard, and onto the street. Even though he walked around the yard. He just told you that it connects to the fucking house. To me, that seems even crazier. Like, hey, sit in this getaway car. I'm going to go down this hill and go kill a house full of people. That's some gangster shit, not some college kids. Does that make sense? Yeah, the person that they had, they lawyered up. Just to me, I would take the shortest route. And that is why, me personally, I believe that, what was it? Occam's razor that believes the most likely answer is the answer, right? Is that the right one? It sounds right. To me, people with a personal connection and people that it would be easier to get away. To me, that feels like the likely answer. You guys may think differently.
And to show you what's up here, because it's interesting. You know, you've got the neighborhood down below where the apartments are, the college students. But up here, if you came up that path, you could have parked up here somewhere. Pan this way and show you. And
Look
you
at
go
this.
around this corner.
Look how difficult this path
intersection
is.
Here. That's a dead-end street that way. This way is not a dead-end street. This is Ridge Road. So Walenta Drive we were on, this is Ridge Road. You see there's a whole other neighborhood up here. Ton of houses. And that area down below connects to this whole area up here. So you saw actually go up that path. It connects to that other yard that I showed you.
This motherfucker, and listen, I get it. News Nation is doing what they have to do for ad revenue. And you do got to think outside the box. But did you see how difficult and complicated that escape was? You got to run through the woods, run up a hill into an entirely different neighborhood. You then got to get in a car. Exactly, I can raise it. The point is they now got to run through all these woods up into another neighborhood where the car's waiting, and then they got to take this drive through the neighborhood that splits into a dead end, splits these ways. There's a lot of twists and turns. That's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of fuckery. I agree, Paige. Yeah, you trolling me doesn't do you any good, bro. It doesn't do you any good. But anyway, Jack's bugging girls at Adam put him out. He follows the girls. Heard saying they told Adam everything. Then on the food truck, then Jack following. That was a little hard to read. Jack S bugging girls at bar. Adam put him out. He follows them girls. Heard them saying. Heard they told Jack everything. Then onto the food truck. Then Jack follows home. Then dog gets put up. Potentially. Money and connections for it. No, I still think that JS is probably the best potential suspect. Just my take on this just seems like such a... News Nation's good, by the way. I ain't got nothing against them. But this is a very, very long and complicated escape. It seems to me.
And then you've got a whole nother area up there. A lot of places you could park and a lot of ways to get out.
God damn it.
I have two questions for you. One is, how quickly could you have made it from, say, the back kitchen sliding glass door out through the backyard and through sort of
Good theory,
the
Teresa.
trail up to Walenda Road where you were just driving?
Will was with me. What would you say? A minute? A minute. There's also snow. Maybe a minute. 45 seconds to a minute if you were really going fast, I would say.
Well, there's snow now, but there wasn't so much snow back then, right? It was pretty good footing at that point as well. Then the other question, it looked to me, and I've only got 10 seconds here, but it looked like it was a perfect place to park a car. Dark, no ring cameras anywhere. Nobody would notice anything if a car was parked up there for a killer to go
Agreed.
down and do what
So
he
there-
needs to do.
No,
that's exactly-
ring camera up there.
That's exactly what it was. And he just said it right there. The dude's yard they would have rode through, and in fact, that kills that whole theory. The dude's yard that they ran through had a ring camera. It kills the whole fucking theory for them. To me, I think the killer's going to take the easiest route. I don't even think the car was involved. I don't think the white car was involved. People keep talking about a black SUV, a black truck. I don't believe any of those things. I do believe there probably should be a blood trail. But here's the problem with that. Let me ask you guys a question. If it snowed, let's just say, dude had blood dripping off him and he was running through the woods. You think the snow would have preserved it or washed it away? Yeah, but here's the thing, John Bark. We've seen situations like this a million times, have we not? I want you to remember back to the Debbie Collier case. I don't know if you guys followed that case, right? But all the YouTubers, and I'll use you an example, Gray Hughes. Gray Hughes sat here, and every single fucking vehicle that pulled in that dollar store, he said, what is that car doing? Why is that car doing that? Why did she turn down this area instead of the other area? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I sat and watched all the theories with the Debbie Collier case. And this was a busy parking lot during the day. And everybody legitimately questioned every single car. Every single, even the car that came in and pulled and parked in the dollar store next to her. They're like, why didn't they get out the car? They did, but it just wasn't in the footage we saw. You see what I'm saying? And so, like, same thing here. I feel like with this, though, everybody is going to say, well, what about the white car, the truck? What about every car that was on the road at 3 o'clock in the morning that day? And I get it. It's a good thing to look into. But when you're someone that doesn't believe a car was involved at all, it's kind of hard to, take those things seriously. You just get weird vibes. Exactly, Carissa. Just to me, when it comes to these cars, I understand why the police are following it. They have to. I understand when it comes, you have to follow any lead. And so, yeah, the cars matter. You have to look at the surveillances. You have to do all that. See, I disagree, Sour Patch. I think the police's ruling on Debbie Collier was wrong. You guys never saw my Debbie Collier footage, right? I hiked with Amanda Bearden on the Appalachian Trail. This has been a long time ago. I knew her. I remembered her from the trail. So then when all of this shit happened, I'm sitting there looking like, damn. And let me tell you what usually happens when you're hiking the trail. People that are going out there, they have some fucked up issues in their life. Because to go disappear on the trail for 4, 6, 5, 6 months, usually you tell your story to somebody else, right? And this was no big deal. Because I definitely didn't fucking think, like I never really thought about it. I've seen hundreds of people on the trail. I'm a hiker, it's what I do. And the reality of this, with the Debbie Collier case, is I feel like the Venmo was oddly sent. I feel like Amanda Bearden just got there 1 day prior, 2 days prior. I believe wholeheartedly Amanda Bearden and her lame-ass fake MMA boyfriend, I think they did it. For drug money, for whatever reason. I think they did it. I refuse to believe Debbie Collier got dressed up for the University of Georgia game, drove up 60 miles to a dollar store not there, and then just set herself on fire and killed herself. So I'm not buying that one. Neil says this is why they tried calling him so many times, because they knew Adam would tell him. And I agree with that, Neil. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot. Neil's theory is fucking perfect. When we're talking about no note for our kids, exactly. I'm just gonna say I think Neil's spot on. If we believe that maybe Maddie told Adam something, and we know that Adam was great friends with Jack, it makes sense that after they found out that Adam knew, they started calling, and Jack S invited in. That's also that's a hell of a fucking theory. That's a hell of a theory. That actually makes great sense. So they're calling Jack endlessly, trying to diffuse the situation. And maybe Jack does come. Maybe they do let Jack in. And maybe it turns out the way it is. But I don't know. If they said everybody was killed in their sleep, that kind of puts that away. I could be completely wrong though. I'm trying to go back and see what you said right before. I can't see it, my friend. So a lot of chats there. I don't know. I know people who say girls do this, but having your friend call too. Well, it makes sense because here's why I think it's possible. How many of you have ever ghosted a person and you're not answering their calls, you're screening the call, and then they call from a number you don't know? It happens all the time, if you ask me. I think it happens more often than we think. So maybe she's trying to call Jack. She knows that Adam knows information to give Jack. She's trying to diffuse the situation and de-escalate it as quick as possible before it even happens. And she's like, he's mad, he's not answering the phone. Here, Maddie, you call from your phone. Makes sense to me. Exactly, Sour Patch. You do that because you're like, he's not answering because it's coming from my number. You try from your phone. But the media is on the one narrative. Everyone is on the news narrative. What a joke. Banfield body cam 3. No, it didn't. What do you mean it shows at all? No, we've covered that. I don't know if it shows at all. It definitely provides some good theories. Doing damage control. Exactly. It's possible. The mom said that Kaylee hasn't been answering for Jack in a while. Jack followed her on different sites, so why so many times that night? Here's another thing, and nobody ever talks about this. Ladies, can I ask you a question? Have you guys ever gotten drunk and horny? Just curious. Now imagine you want some dick, and there's somebody right there across the path that you've been fucking for 5 years. Does that make sense? Like, to me, the booty call concept is also possible. It's also possible. Just saying. That's not the American flag, sir. My American flags are folded up on my shelf. Those are different flags. But I understand what you're saying. After eating, drinking, too late for booty? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maddie was the one who told Adam, so that's why she called too. I think so. I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible. How dare you use logic? Exactly. 6 years sober, fading memory, very possible 2 a.m. call. Yeah, I think so. I'm not saying that I think they were a booty call. Last person who went, Lady, I can show you 42 calls on my phone right now, begging me to take them back, begging for one more night from a girl that we just broke up yesterday. I'm just saying. This thing has been, you've heard all the texts, you've heard all the clicks, you've heard all the sounds, you've heard her using every app possible to try to get to me. That's just during this stream. Just during this stream. I'm telling you now. She's watching right now, probably. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, I agree with you that a lot of times that could be the case. But then there's also a lot of times that people regret shit. It's never too late for a booty call. I agree. Well, here's the thing, though. Well, nobody. No, that ain't gonna happen. But all I'm saying, yeah, I saw the manifesto. I saw the Reddit post. When you're drunk, stuff isn't real. And once you're home, what you did is set in. No, exactly. She was leaving maybe one last route. I agree with that. She was drunk, and that's the thing. That changes a lot of things. And listen, I don't really have that much of a theory here, other than because news comes every day and it twists shit up. It twists shit up. Yeah, it's not. It has its scariness to it, but it's not that big of a deal. It's normal. It's normal. At 42, I've learned that a long time. When relationships are over, a lot of times people regret it and they call, they try to fix it, and for some people it's not fixable. Yeah, be on another level too when you're drunk. Exactly. Do you think Jack's dog sat while she went out and she called so many times to get her dog back? Potentially. Is she used to sleeping with her dog? I don't know. I agree, Sandy. Killer is either a student or serial killer. That makes a lot of sense. Maddie fucked up and let the cat out of the bag. Maddie was leaving the next day, taking dog out and breaking it off with him forever. Exactly, Neil. I think you're actually... Listen, I personally feel like that's where we're at. Maddie let the cat out the bag. Jack was pretty pissed off. Excuse me. Makes sense to me. It's a good theory. Whoever done it, pussy was the ultimate reason. That I agree with. 100% I agree with. Meow Meow says, there are parts in the AMA where he described how someone would break into the house if they were on foot or using the car. Yeah, he pulled the old... Yeah, but here's the truth, though. Also, at the same time, remember, I did it earlier. I said, if I had done it, here's how I would have done it. It doesn't mean I did it. Now, I get it, since he's a neighbor, it's a little bit, creepier. Well, she was probably drunk, and I have no clue. I feel you there, intermittently intellectual. Yeah, it's definitely a good one. I'm actually about to do another true crime case for the channel in a second when I get off here and get some other work done. There's actually an interesting little smaller case that may have just started. Take a look at that. Her mother said that they were spending Thanksgiving together and working on things. Could have been it. Do you think he was already in the house? I don't, but it's very possible. I don't, but it's definitely very possible. Simp got tired of being a simp. There you go. What's up, Greg? I wonder if Maddie did not like Jack. It's potential. Intermittently intellectual says, who is Adam? Bartender and Jack's old roommate. You gotta catch... I just did a video on this a second ago. You can check it out. No doubt about it. Prison's money game, I agree. Now, you don't have to reserve your future opinions. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean you... No. you can always tell your opinions, just like I tell mine. Nobody's opinions are more, just because everybody's not like saying, just because everybody's not looking at you and saying, Joan of Arc, we think you got it, it doesn't mean we don't like reading your opinions. You don't have to reserve your opinions at all. I agree with you, Black Book of Murder. You don't kill 4 people on your first time and not get caught. People have killed for less than custody of a dog. Agreed. Exactly, TM13. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you to everybody that hit the tip jar. Thank you to everybody that didn't. I'd like to say thank you to everybody that hit the tip jar. Thank you to everybody that didn't. This was just a fun stream to get to talk to you guys again. Sorry I wasn't drunk and it wasn't a live one. It wasn't a fun one, but it kind of was. If Jack D is responsible, her father will kill him, especially since he stood. No, I agree with that. If Jack D is responsible, her dad is going to kill her. Kill her. Now, I don't get back together with anybody, Jody. Remixes, I ain't Puff Daddy. I don't do remixes. You notice it's always women that think that? Let me tell you how men are. Not all men. Men don't. Let me tell you why men won't. Like some men will. But she's in a whole different state. You think that I'm going to go back to the same pussy that could have already been touched by somebody else when I can just go get me some new pussy? Are you out of your mind? But women think that though. Women are like, you love this pussy so much, you're going to come back. Nope. Not at all. Not when I can just get some strange. See what I'm saying? Later on, guys. You guys all have a good one. Thank you to everybody that hit the tip jar. Thank you to everybody that didn't. You guys are fucking awesome. You can always tell when someone is not. Yeah, exactly, Chad. No, I'm open to hearing everybody's opinion. Exactly, Tracy. I don't do remixes. What do they say? Don't want to mix that. What is that? Don't cross the streams. Is that what the old Ghostbuster said? Yep. Once it's been given, once it has been released from the team. Nope. Yeah, I don't want you bringing that Arby's roast beef looking sandwich shit back to me. Thank you. You guys all have a good one. You guys are all beautiful, awesome people. Jody says she needs a cigarette now. Sorry about that. Triggering you. Don't shit where you eat. Exactly. So who broke up with whom? She just left. She went back home. But you know how women are. They think that they can just come back. No. Thank you, TM. No. All right, guys. I love you guys. Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. I agree with you. All right, guys. I love you guys. You guys all have a fantastic day. I don't take anybody back. I don't take anyone back. Once it's gone, there's too many. And I know it sounds sexist. There's just too much pussy. I'm not doing it. Ever. I'm not doing it. Period. Later on, popping plugs. Thank you, brother, for everything you do. No problem, Greg. What the fuck's wrong with your cash app? Appreciate you, though, bro. Hope you're doing good. You guys be cool. I'm going to get up out of here. I'll see you guys on the political channel, you guys that's over there, tonight. The Meteor thing, type it up. Google it. Meteor Crater, Arizona. It's literally what it's called. Open relationship. Not with that one. Did I see your husband's mask? Well, no. Is he in the chat room? Did you email it to me? All my channels are down on the bottom. I'm restarting I had to recreate them all. The one that says news is politics, but I'm telling you, if you're snowflakey, do not click on my politics one. And if you are, and especially my live stream channel, You never know what's going to happen over there. You know, fellatio, all kinds of shit. I do crazy shit on YouTube. So I do not recommend any of them other channels, maybe the gaming channel, things like that. For any of you guys that are weak around the wrist, I wouldn't recommend it. Now I got to leave. No, on my YouTube channel. No, I got to go check it out. I haven't seen it yet. If you need help, all right. Well, intermittently intellectual. Here, let me put my email in here. Any of y'all can feel free to email me at any time. See, I don't know about the house thing, and I don't know about the house thing. And the reason I say that is because for it to be a house, for it to be a house target, Mr. Howdy, okay. Oh, that's an awesome mask. Captain, Uncle Howdy, yes. Here's what I was gonna say. For it to be a target for the house, wouldn't you believe that it would be a serial killer, right? Thank you, intermittently. Thank you. And so, the only possible way, thank you, Mary, thank you, beautiful, you have a good one. The only way, yes, I said fellatio. I was being respectful. I could have just said, y'all know, I know what you're talking about, Terry. I know what you're talking about. The thing about it is for the house to be targeted, that would be a serial killer. I don't believe that someone would do a passionate move like that if it was the house and not the people that was targeted. For the house to be targeted, that would be a serial killer that would say, that would be a serial killer that would be like, this house looks like an easy target for me to get my kills in, right? That to me is just what, if the house is targeted, serial killer. If it's people targeted, I believe it's going to be more of a personalized ordeal. He says the house would be targeted for something stashed. That's actually a good point too. Like if somebody had something stashed. I mean, that is possible. Yeah, I don't think it was a serial killer either. I think this was a crime of passion, of jealousy, rage. And I think that's why Jack D and Jack S has to be considered on that. I still think it was a cop or something working at the university, a newbie serial killer. That'd be a hell of a first kill, right? No, I don't think the house was targeted for pussy because I don't think it was rape. I don't think it was a crime of sex at all. I do think it was a crime based on women. But if you're going to rape somebody, do you really care if she's alive? But if you're going to rape somebody, do you think they care? If you were that type of person that rapes people, would you really care if they're dead or alive? Does that make sense? I feel like if it was sexual in nature, there would have been rape. They would have, even after they died, I think there would be. I know that sounds graphic, but I mean, it's just my, like, I can't put myself in that mind frame because I've never been the type that I've ever considered rape. You know what I mean? Unless you ask me to. But to me personally, I can't imagine, you know, that if that was a sex crime, I think they still would have followed through with it. Mm-hmm. Very true, Allie. Very true. Yeah, we haven't heard from the landlord. maybe brown green, maybe. All right, guys, I'm going to get up out of here. I got some other work to do. I love you guys. You guys all have a good one. I'm going to get you guys another. If you guys haven't seen my true crime, if you haven't seen my video I did right before this, go check it out. I'm going to get you guys another video or two up today on this channel. I got to get to some of my news channels and do some shit over there. But thank you to everybody. If you guys want to support the channel, you guys know how to do it. I love all of you. Hope you have a wonderful day. This stream went good. I'll see you next time. Peace out.